Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from Radio 1.
This is 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station, your favorite international radio network. And on She Slays today, I have two beautiful women. Inspiring, yes, you will soon find out why. But let me first begin by welcoming them onto my show. Chitra Subramaniam and Surya Balakrishnan. Thank you so much for being on my show. A warm welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us.
I'm so happy. Thank you.
Chitra, let's begin with you. You have been a creative producer, content development, production executive, cinema, television, advertising, Ram Gopal Verma, a lot of big names actually that can be dropped at this point in time. I also see names like Shujit Sarkar, Anurag Kashyap, Madhur Bhandarkar. Is there any director you haven't worked with yet on your bucket list?
So many. I want to work with all the youngsters, the young talent that is coming out and doing such great work. And, regional cinema, Malayalam cinema is like really taken the world by storm. And I would love to work with them. Yeah.
Yes, so cool. Surya, in your case, you are from the graphic arts. You've graduated in graphic arts from College of Fine Arts in Bangalore, and you're also one of the directors of Train Station, a collaborative feature film made by 40 directors from different parts of the world, which also premiered at the Berlin International Film Festival in 2018. Wow, like I was telling this earlier, that your resumes are so impressive, both of you. I'm going to go back to Chitra. I'm going to ask you, you've spent nothing less than 2 to 3 decades in the world of entertainment. Tell us a little about your journey before we get to the Hope Initiative.
So when I graduated, I had no clue what I wanted to do. And I think my aspiration as a schoolgirl was that I wanted to be a secretary to somebody. That was my aspiration. So, so it started like that. And when I got out of college from Elphinstone, somebody told me that, listen, Anand Bazar Patrika is looking for somebody. I made a cold call, got into space selling. And from there, I went into advertising. I was there for a long time with Rediff and Ogilvy and so on. And then I took a long motherhood sabbatical because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mommy. And then I couldn't go back to advertising. I couldn't go back to anything. And it becomes very difficult for women to, pick up their careers again. But I got lucky because, I was always full of ideas and, super excited, unnecessarily excited. So,
don't say that. There are so many other young girls who are now looking up and saying, oh my God, she started off so simple, but look at where she is today.
Yeah. So just excited, and Sanjay Bansali and Bela, my husband's college mates, and I was, when Hum Dil De Chuke was happening, I said, Sanjay, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that, ideas. And then one day I got a call from Bela saying, come join Sanjay, and you will be looking after, you'll be the EP on the film and this, that, just join and you need somebody. I said, I have no clue, I don't know the P of production. And it's the greatness of Sanjay. He said, you learn. And that's how my journey started. And it was my calling. And, from there, I went on to, I joined Jammu Sugandha. I did Filhal with Meghna. That was my first full film, as it were. And then Ram Gopal Verma. And then, I was with Perseid Picture Company. I was with Turner. I was with Whisk Films. I was with Viacom, Studio 18 and Viacom, and so on and so forth. And so progressed from production to development, creative producing, and producing. So it's been a full circle. It's been 20 years in this business. Started very late. All I want to say is that it's never too late. And this morning somebody was asking me, Ari, I'm 56 years old and this and that. I said, listen, Morgan Freeman started when he was 53. Joe Biden is the president at 76. Please don't tell me you feel old, because you're never too old. If you want to do something, you'll find ways of doing it. So that's that.
And that's beautiful. You're also awarded for your contribution to the film Hanuman. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's
Surya, Surya, coming to you, tell us about your collaborative efforts and your journey as a filmmaker, as a person in the entertainment industry.
Actually, you know what? I just want to say it was so nice to listen to Chitra speak so much about her film world because we don't really speak that much. I mean, at least now we give each other some updates, but it was I was like, wow, I speak to her every day, but there's so much of her, film side that I still don't know about. So it was really nice. So, Annie, about me, I think I've been in advertising pretty much for the last 8 to 9 years. I've been directing since the last 6 years now, and I run my own production house called Footloose Films. And yeah, I primarily do TV commercials. I'm working on a documentary right now, working also towards my first feature film. I mean, it's a long way ahead, but yeah, so that's happening. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
You have some impressive set of work that you have done yourself, whether it is a documentary Right Forward, which I think is Footprints of 12 Young Girls from Dharavi. That is amazing. Mumbai to San Francisco to show their prowess in a soccer camp. Of course, Train Station I mentioned. You, I think, along with Chitra, are together founders of PAD Squad, which is a nationwide movement with a 70-member team in 30 cities. This is menstrual care. So you guys have extended yourselves beyond your professional careers to do a little more that you can for the society that you did identify as being in need for, giving and sharing your resources that we have in our privileged environments. We're going to talk about it, the Hope Initiative, that is, I think, a pandemic baby of sorts. Surya, tell us about this initiative.
So, like you mentioned, PAD Squad earlier. So, Chitra and I have been working together since last year. We had met many years ago for a project. Before that, we spoke for another advertising project, none of which ever worked out. But all of the relief work clearly has worked out, pretty well, and is growing and growing, and it's been non-stop. So Hope, though Chitra and I have been working together since last year, Hope started in during the second wave. I think that we've been doing something or the other. Like, I mean, Chitra's been doing like a lot more, and I've been doing PAD Squad and some other things. But this year, I think we realized that because we realized at some point that the work was never going to stop, and hence we said, okay, let's give it a name. And then Chitra said, Hope is such a beautiful name, and everyone is constantly hopeful and should be should have hope. So then it was Hope. It was like hope tha, theek hai, chalo, hope. So it was like that, yeah. And Hope does. We focus on various things, but our primary focus is hunger. So we do food and ration, and apart from which we run a nutrition program for 1,500 children now. It's almost
wow.
Like our 13th week, I think. Which is eggs, milk, and banana for 1,500 kids every single day. So I must say that we have been able to run it smoothly only because of we have some incredibly amazing people who work with us on ground, only because of them. But yeah, that's one program dear to us. Apart from that, we've done work with prisoners, 17,000 masks which were given to prisoners a couple of months ago, 300 PPE kits for 300 crematorium workers, when things were really, bad, and then, the number of deaths were really high, and now I'm forgetting. Chitra, you want to add?
Yeah. So Prisoners is something that we started last year by giving pads, and then we built a relationship because it's very important. Not everybody can go into the prison. Not everybody can really. So they have very strict rules, but there's a trust that has been built. So month on month, now the policemen come to my house to pick up the pads, which is lovely, and I take pictures.
Wow!
So because they come and pick up the pads. It's just too heartening. And this is Baikala jail, and we did, like Surya said, we did 17,000 masks during the height of the pandemic, because imagine a situation. I mean, they're so vulnerable, the inmates. We're not here to judge anybody's life, right? We are here to. We don't know. But the thing is, everybody's a human being, and and the frontline workers were absolutely, crushed in any case. So you don't want to add to the burden. So that was one of the things. And then from there, so many kids are born in the prison. Okay. just so sad, right? What is that child's,
Right.
that child chose to come there and be born there. So clothes for them, new clothes for them, and so on and so forth. There's a prison thing.
Well, there is a lot of effort you guys are putting together. And like you did mention, resources, people, teams that come together to give a helping hand to those who don't have access to resources. We're putting our privileges to use, and that is beautiful and cutting across all arenas, whether it's prison inmates to the little children out there who don't have a family, to families who've lost their children, and so on and so forth. Well, majorly, I think this is across the city of Mumbai, but you've also extended help to cities like Nasik and even Delhi. You're planning to continue with this foundation. You do not just want to give relief work, but you want to build something substantial so it continues to stay as you're an anchor for people who have nowhere to go. So, what are your plans?
Yeah, so first of all, I think I'm a telephone operator. I realized that. I thought it was a facilitator, but now I realize I'm a telephone operator.
Where do you bring all this energy from?
Yeah, from Surya. Surya is I can do this only with Surya because that relationship with Surya is so wonderful because we really fill the gaps within ourselves with each other and what we do together. And nothing can be done without a team. It's not we're not the doers truly.
Right.
I believe that grace flows. If there is and every day we see these miracles. There's a request that comes. And somebody will come from somewhere and say, listen, I want to help you. And and that's why I say we're telephone operators. You map the two together and things
Sure.
happen. It's just in the allowing of things. If we make ourselves available to say, yes, I'm here available to be there for somebody, then things start happening. If we start overthinking things, then it doesn't happen. So yeah. So in terms of building, there's sustainability, right, which is very important. And how do we build? So there will be relief and there will be building. Education, I think that is one of the key pieces of building a family and building a community and building the nation and building, prosperity, abundance of any kind, right? And self-confidence and courage and so on and so forth. And so we've been doing a bit on the education front. We started doing that. And there is, of course, hunger is something that nobody wants. Nobody should sleep hungry. So Surya will talk about the hunger piece more. And over to you, Surya. Otherwise, I can go on and on and on. This will become a banana.
Hunger, like Annie we mentioned earlier. So one is we've reached out to almost, I think, 4,000 families by now with ration and with food, and it's a continued process. Sometimes it's ration distributions in communities which is 100, 200, 300, 500 people, but many a times it's requests from like one person who wants ration somewhere. So that I think that's also the reason why when we're reaching out to people in other cities, we are now doing some work that we are really happy about in Ajmer. There are these young girls, their teens, 15, 16-year-olds, who are all football players. And for the last year and a half, they haven't been able to get enough nutrition. But when we heard the story about these girls in Ajmer playing football, we were like super excited. So our plan is, so for the last 2 months, we've been helping in, our best capacity, but the idea is to continue helping them with, focused nutrition so that, they get the nutrition they need to continue the sport, playing the sport they love. So that's, something we're quite excited about. But apart from which is our nutrition program, and we've been monitoring the children in the nutrition program to really see, because initially when we started, we said, let's do something for the children when children were getting affected with the virus as well. And the only thing that we really thought at that point we should focus on is their immunity. So over the months, we've been, providing them with, eggs, banana and milk, and we've been monitoring their weight and seeing their growth, and because we want to make a change that will last for a long time,
Sure.
children especially. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
And
you were
these
saying, sorry.
and these football girls, these are girls who come from very marginalized families and who get married off at a very young age. And
Yeah.
the thing is that the NGOs over there, the NGO partner that we have over there, who are working with them, are getting them to play football so that they don't get married early. What a beautiful thing!
That is beautiful indeed. I think with the Hope Initiative, you all are going where the road leads you. And wherever it takes you, and you're willing to help people wherever they are with as much resources that can be made available for them, and to give them the feeling of, like I said, a feeling of a shoulder to lean on. And that's extremely important in today's day and times, especially through the pandemic, when we know that a large number of people have gone down below poverty level and are struggling for jobs, are struggling to look after their families. And so if we have people standing up wherever they are, in whatever capacity they can, I think it'll only spell some sort of goodness and kindness that can be spread around. And we're in much need of that, actually. Thank you so much for this effort you are putting in. Where can we find you on Instagram or social media profiles? If there is anybody who's listening right now who would like to volunteer, who would like to look up the kind of work you've done, can you share with us your profiles?
Since there's so much hope in the world and there are so many Instagram profiles with the word hope, so it's h.o.p__e.
Ooh, oh my God. Okay, let me see if I've got this right. h.o.p__e.
Yeah. I had to listen to you once again in my head to see if that makes sense. But yeah.
And it's a square logo with green around, and it's a irregular circle which has hope written in it in green. So it's a white and a green box.
It looks like an anda, and we made it ourselves because we don't have money to make logos. So anyone wants to make us a logo, hey guys, we're right here.
Well, speaking of hope, don't forget it's h.o.p__e. You know what? I should thank my short-term memory because I will remember this now. And by the end of the interview, I'm sure I'm going to forget it. That is why I repeated it myself. Okay, are you girls ready for the questions? There are about 10 of them I'm going to ask you. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I know you're filmmakers, you're from the world of entertainment, so this should come really easy. What was the last movie you watched on an OTT platform? Surya, you go first.
The Intern.
Oh, okay. Chitra?
Shade Me.
Oh, okay. Two of your favorite international pop stars of today. Chitra?
So many. Okay,
Just two. Any two that come to your mind right now.
Maroon 5 and
Nice.
And John Mayer.
Okay, Surya.
Oh my god, I can't even think of anyone right now. Because you know what? You said pop star, for some reason I could only get Justin Bieber in my head.
That is so true. Bang on. Justin Bieber is one. Okay, I take that. What about the other one? Rock star, pop star, indie artist, anybody?
I'm really tripping on the Bachake, the Indian musicians.
Nice. Very good. Okay, moving on. The third question. What's your favorite book? One that has left an imprint or one that you're reading these days that you're really, kind of impressed by? Chitra?
First is Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude. That will never ever stop being my number one. And
okay.
the second is Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda.
Wow. Okay, Surya.
I'm reading this really fun book called The World of Rishikesh Mukherjee, recommended to me by a friend, and it's so interesting because it's, even the homes of which are there in his films are described so beautifully that I'm just totally loving it right now.
So cool. Okay, top two travel destinations on your bucket list. I'm sure there have been a little bit of switching and changes and names rubbed off and written again. So if you have any new cities or countries on your mind, what would they be? Surya.
I really want to go to Arunachal in India, and I want to go to Japan. These are the two
Okay.
on my
Chitra?
list.
Anywhere in South America, which I haven't been.
Nice.
And
Nice.
yes, and in India, it would be Kanyakumari.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Who was your celebrity crush? Chitra?
You really want to know my first celebrity crush?
Actually, childhood celebrity crush. I missed
Yeah, my
that.
first, when the hormones were jumping, no, my first one was, I'm telling you, and I was like a whatever on Heat, okay? Rakesh Roshan.
Both Ritik and Rakesh are really happy hearing this. I don't know about Sunaina though. Sunaina is the wife, right? I mean, yeah.
No, the daughter.
The
I think
daughter.
the daughter. I think the daughter. The thing is, and after that, I met Rakesh ji so many times and sang and partied with him and all. And I was like, really, Chitra? Seriously? He's a nice guy, but seriously, there was a film that he did with Rakhi. He did a film with was it Rakhi was there in it? And oh my god! And I was in Lucknow growing up, and I tell you, I went mad. Yeah.
Oh God. I'm glad you closed the sentence with this. Surya, what about you?
So as kids, my brother and I, we used to watch a lot of WWF. So my first
What?
big crush, used to be Bret the Hitman Hart. I used to have like a big poster and everything in my room.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Okay, moving on. We are on the sixth question. If you were to be a comic superhero, who would it be and why? Surya.
Comic superhero.
It's all about. It's raining comic superheroes for the past 5 years now.
I think Spider-Man.
Okay, why?
Because I think I've really enjoyed all the Spider-Man movies, like the last few films. So I think, that's why.
So cool,
Same
Chitra.
here.
Yeah.
Yes, Spider-Man remains my favorite. The most
Okay.
vulnerable.
Yeah, he's so fun.
Okay, which dessert makes you go weak in your knees? Chitra.
Anything that contains sugar makes me go weak in my knees. But I think that the most favorite would be a lemon cheesecake.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Surya?
I'm not a big sweet person, but maybe a creme brulee.
Oh,
I think it's
nice.
because of Amelie, because she, I don't know if you've seen it, when she cracks the top of the creme brulee in the film. I think that visual makes me want to have more of it for sure.
Very detailed. Nice. Okay. Where is your happy place? This is your eighth question. Chitra.
In my room, in my meditation corner.
Nice. Surya.
I think at home when I go to my parents' house on Sundays.
Yeah. Okay. What job are you terrible at? Surya.
Accounts.
Chitra.
Gosh, writing emails, I'm tired. I don't know how to write, any more. How to make it? No, actually, Instagram posts. Sorry. I take back emails. Instagram posts, I don't know how to do this.
I feel you. I hear you. Surya is going to train you. She's going to give you one session and you'll be at it.
The pressure, the social media pressure. Oh my God.
We should learn to keep it aside every now and then. The pressure.
Yeah. It's once in the morning, once in the night.
Okay, your last question. What's the one thing you'd like to change about yourself? Chitra.
I want to get to a size where I can wear a bikini, and I need to do it in this time.
Hey, make that two of us. And then I don't.
No, you can wear a bikini,
But
Surya. You have a
separately.
bikini body. I don't have a bikini body. I definitely want to wear a bikini and go to Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, Puerto Rico is a very safe place, and we're talking about the times of body positivity. Forget about whatever shape or size you're in right now. It is the in thing. Go do what you like. Go wear a bikini wherever you like. Trust me.
I'm doing it, Annie, because Annie told me I'm doing it.
Okay, one last question that I want to add in. What is it that you're looking forward to in the year 2021? Something really close to
A
your heart.
vacation. A vacation.
Chitra?
A vacation and this movie called Blind, which I worked on, where I'm a co-producer with Sonam Kapoor. I'm looking forward for that release to happen.
Wow. Congratulations. Kudos. I can put in a lot of words together, but thank you so much for all the effort both you girls are putting in through the Hope Initiative. And I do wish that you continue the work that you have started so that many more people can join in. You can make it into, turn it into a big army of people who are there, available with resources to help whoever, whenever in need. Thank you so much. Surya Balakrishnan and Chitra Subramaniam on She Slays today on Afternoons with Annie. Thank you, girls. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Annie.
But fun.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on more content.